Hello, I'm Chef Don McMillan, and welcome to Simple and Delicious Recipes. Today I've got a true treat for you. We're going to make the best egg roll, wontons, and spring rolls you've ever enjoyed. And we're going to start it all with beef. So they're going to be beef and vegetables, flavorful, delicious, and as I said, you can use them as an appetizer or just enjoy them as an entree. They are delicious. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I have my wok, so let's turn that on. Yep. And then I have here some beef, some ground beef. So let's go ahead and put the beef into the wok. And I'm going to break it up a little bit. And I'm also going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm cooking in the wok because we're going to cook the vegetables in the wok as well. So let's go ahead and get a little salt and pepper in there. And a little bit of pepper. I'm not going to put too much because I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce later. So just keep that in mind when we're cooking the ingredients that we're going to put into the pan. We don't want to have it too salty. And you can always add more later if you want. But I'm just going to break up the beef now because I don't want it to be one big hamburger, so to speak. I just want it to be little pieces that are going to be part of the egg roll. Lots of times you'll get egg rolls, especially commercially, and you're lucky to find any meat in them, okay? Sometimes they'll put some in there, but hardly any. Most of the time, it's just cabbage, but not these. I said they were going to be the best egg rolls. They are. They're going to be the best egg rolls that you've made, and I know you're going to want to do this recipe. Now, you're probably thinking, well, can we do pork? Can I do a mixture? Can I do other meats? Why not? Okay? You know, when I'm teaching you all of these recipes, we're learning about technique. So if there's something you like, put it in. Something you don't like, leave it out. Exchange it. All those things are possible, but knowing how to do it is the important thing. Okay? So my friend Jacques Pepin, Chef Jacques Pepin, and he wrote two wonderful cookbooks, The Method and The Technique, and both of those are what's important. That's probably why you're watching this video, because you want to get that technique down, okay? And that's what we're showing you, the technique. Okay, look at the beef is almost ready, but I want to get all the pink out, okay? So I am cooking it well done. All right, turn the fire off. Our meat is done. I'm going to go ahead and place it into a separate bowl. We're going to add it back into the vegetables, but I wanted to cook them separately and then combine them. Okay? So let's do that. And then I'm going to take some of the juices that are in here, and we're just going to go ahead and put them back into the bowl. And I'm going to add in some oil. And we're going to cook our vegetables. So let me go ahead and show you how we can get those ready, okay? So fresh ginger. You cannot substitute dry ginger. Trust me on this. Don't try to shortcut it. Use fresh ginger, and I'm going to show you an easy way to peel it. Look, I've got a spoon. Put your thumb on the back of the spoon, and then just peel it. Just look. That's the stuff that you don't use, and all the stuff you want is right in there. Just peel it just that way. The spoon helps you get into all the nooks and crannies. Like that. See? Just do that. And by the way, you can freeze ginger. So if you buy a big piece of ginger, you don't know what to do with the rest of it, put it in one of those Ziploc bags and freeze it. And then you can use it frozen. Okay? Just take it out of the freezer and grate it and use it in your cooking ingredients. Okay. There's peels, and what I have here is a ginger grater. It's ceramic, and all you have to do is just hold it and go back and forth like this. and then it will deposit right here in this little cup, or on the other side, wherever you want it to go, the grated ginger. So this is fresh ginger, and trust me, it really adds a lot to your Asian recipes, or really any recipe that you're going to do. I mean, I've used it in so many different things, including sweet potatoes as well. All right, can you see that paste we're creating in there? Let me just cut this little threads off. You'll always get those threads. Don't let them bother you. That's just part of the process. Okay, so our ginger now is grated. Let me set that off to the side. Get a little bit of a cleanup going over here. And onion. I want some thin sliced onions. So for this, I'm going to cut right here where the root is. Turn it around, cut right here where the flower part is. Place it on my cutting board right in half that way. Peel off the outside 1 or 2 layers of the onion skin. Like that. And like this. Okay. Now, let me again do a little cleanup here. And I want the slice of the onion, so what I'm going to do is cut out that little part where the root is. Like that. And then I'm going to make a series of slices down. You can see where the lines are running, and that's where we're going to go, right where those lines are running, and just go thin slice this way. This is what it's going to look like, just like that. So let me go ahead and get our onion sliced up. You'll see how I'm holding my hand like a bear claw or just a claw, and then your thumb right there holding the knife. Don't hold the knife like that, but like this, okay? And then when you get that little part where you can't hold on to it anymore, just flip it over and just cut down like that, see? And we'll get this other half going. So we'll have a onion, and then we're also going to use celery. Now, part of what we're cooking also has to do with the way it feels in the mouth. So you want some crunch. So we're going to get some crunch. That's why I have the celery in the process. Okay, there's the onions. They're done. Napa cabbage. Most of the time when you get egg rolls, they're like 75, 85% cabbage. And there's some carrots. Always inexpensive filling type of vegetables. As I said, we're doing beef, so you're going to get more flavor out of that. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I don't need the root part. I've already rinsed it off really good, okay? And now all I'm going to do is to slice it, and just a thin slice. I'm going to cut down to the center like this and like this. It's mostly water, so when we cook, we're going to put that in to the end part. We don't want to cook it too quick because then we'll just steam our vegetables, and I don't want to steam them right now. We're going to deep fry them, and too much water will actually cause the hot oil to sizzle and could even come out of the pot and burn you. We don't want to do that. We want everything to be safe and fun, okay? Let's keep my onions separate from my cabbage. All right, now I am going to use some garlic, but I'm going to go ahead and use the garlic press. So we'll put that in there, and I'm not going to press it just yet. I'm just going to have it ready to go, and then I have some celery. Now, celery is that crunch I was telling you about, and here's how we're going to process that. I'm going to go ahead and cut down the center like this, and here. And if you wish, you could add some other vegetables like carrots, would probably be a good addition as well, okay? And then we're going to just dice it this way. You see how I lined them all up and just go right down this direction? Keeps it easy. I'm keeping my eye on it. The knife is rotating on my knuckles, so I'm having it go just where I want it to go. But I don't want giant pieces of celery. It's going to cook up inside of my egg roll wrapper really easy. Okay, now we're going to use the wok. When you cook with a wok, you cook on high temperature. The edges right here heat up. That's why you have a low carbon steel, okay? So low carbon steel means it gets hot quick. So let's put the fire on high. Be sure it's up there, okay? I put in there some oil, and now I'm going to add just a little bit of sesame seed oil. Now, sesame seed oil is a seasoning oil, so don't look at it as a frying oil, okay? We're not going to fry with it, we're just going to season. That's some of the water that came out of the beef, and I'm just going to let that sizzle just for a minute because I wanted some of the flavor from there to cook into our vegetables as well. I love that sizzling sound. Okay, in a little bit of sesame seed oil. And we're going to start with our onions. Give them a little bit of a stir. About 2-3 minutes. What's going to happen is the sugar is going to come out of the onion. It's going to hit the bottom of the pan. It's going to caramelize the onions and give them flavor. Because as you know, over and over I say this, everything we do is about the flavor. And this is the key, is getting that flavor up there. So we're getting our vegetables processed now so that when it comes time to roll them into the egg rolls, they're going to be loaded with flavor. We're going to cook them quickly in the fat oil. And man, I'm telling you, I love them. I love them, especially when they're done correctly. Okay, so now we're going to put in the celery. And we'll cook that as well. Notice I haven't put the cabbage in there yet, nor the garlic. So now give them another little bit of a stir, and our ingredients are starting to come together. All right. Let's get that ginger in there. More flavors. We're just building up the flavors. This is what it's all about, folks. Adding one flavor after the other. Sesame seed oil is a nice flavor. Ginger is a great flavor. Of course, the onions and celery have a lot of great flavor. We're increasing the value of it by the heat process, bringing out the natural sugars that are in the vegetables and bringing them out as well. And now I'm going to add in the garlic. Just press it. So we have some fresh garlic flavor. And we'll cook that for about another minute. And then I'm going to add in the cabbage. Okay? So this is the technique or the method that is the cooking process. It's already smelling great, folks. It really is. But now goes the cabbage. All right. So now you'll see almost immediately that the water value that's in this vegetable will start seeping out, and you'll see little puddles of water. And we're just going to cook it a little bit, and it also has a beautiful color in there as well. So this is the Napa cabbage. If you wish to use the traditional cabbage, you certainly can. And if you want to maybe switch it up, there's a whole bunch of different cabbages out there. And I think once you learn how to do this, you can switch or change or add other ingredients as you like. Keep in mind that the high liquid vegetables, zucchini, squashes like that, you really want to put them at the end of the cooking process, as well as you want to cook them to get some of that liquid out, okay? Because if you have too much liquid in your egg rolls, they will splatter, and that hot oil hurts once it hits your hand. Okay, see how quick the cabbage just cooked up? So all that steam coming out. So now we're going to add back in the beef. There's the beef right here. So we'll stir that into our mixture. Yes. And we're going to season it with some soy sauce. I'm going to taste it, and then I might need a little bit more. Remember I was telling you about that sodium, because I did put a little bit of salt in with the beef, so we don't want to have it too salty. Just enough. Okay, here's a spoon. Get a little taste. That was good. Some more soy sauce and a little more sesame seed oil. Okay, let me check the temperature. It's just at 340, 350 is what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's my egg roll wrapper. You can buy these in just about any supermarket. They usually have them in the produce section, okay? Just look for them like that. And here's how we fill it. I put it down at an angle, okay, so that the point is facing me, and then I'm going to take the egg wash. Now, egg wash is 1 egg beaten with 1 tablespoon of cold water. That's it. All right, and I'm going to do the points just like that, okay, and then I'm going to put my filling in, and try not to put a whole lot. I know we want more. Here in the South, we call it goodness plenty, right? But we don't want to do that. We just want just enough like that, right? And then what you're going to do is come up like this, push back. Can you see what we're doing so far? Okay, and then we're going to seal it. And the way you're going to seal it, seal this point over here and this point over here. It already has the egg wash on it, so it's going to hold in. Are we good? And now tightly roll, just like this. Tightly roll like that, okay? And now they're ready to go into the fryer. Let me check my temperature. I don't want the oil to overheat. All right, let's make a few more just in case, okay? Point there, egg wash on 2 sides like that, filling right here, and try not to overfill. And then bring this part up, push it back like this. See? And then this point over here, join there, and this point over here, join right over here. And then roll, 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 and it actually seals right in like that. All right? I'm going to roll a couple of more, and then we're going to start frying them up. Well, there they are. Now we're going to fry them. So don't drop them in there. The oil is hot, 350 degrees. Just go ahead and let them go in there. Let me do I'll do 3 at a time, and just move them around. Keep them going, turn them. You want them to cook on all sides. They cook very quickly. The egg roll wrapper skin actually gets crunchy. Okay, it'll get brown in just a little bit, and it'll be cooking. I know I mentioned earlier about the fact that you can use a variety of different meats and all that. If you choose to use seafood, okay, you don't need to cook it ahead of time, all right? So if you're going to use like the baby shrimp or things like that, they could just be raw, because trust me, inside this hot oil, they will cook. You don't want to overcook the seafood. That's something I want to be sure that you know, okay? So that does not need to be pre-cooked. But usually if I'm doing beef or pork, ground beef, ground pork, I'm definitely going to cook it up ahead of time. Checking my oil, I don't want it to be too hot. 350 is ideal, 375 is okay, 325 is okay. Anything above or below those numbers are not. It'll cook too quick, it'll burn, or it'll cook not quick enough and it'll be soggy. And you don't want a soggy egg roll, right? You want a crispy, crunchy egg roll. Look how it's cooking up now, just beautifully. And by the way, I'm using the wok to do the frying. It's a great way to season your wok. You have a low carbon steel wok, okay? You don't want it to be sticky. And sometimes those new woks will do that. They'll tell you to season your wok with salt and all. I like to season it just by using it for deep frying. And plus a wok, because it's concave, it doesn't hold quite as much oil as you would say with a Dutch oven. And why, you know, you still get the desired results. Look, aren't they beautiful? Let's take them out and we'll cook the other ones. And then we're gonna cut them just so you'll see. Okay. There it is. Can you see the beef? Yes. It's not loaded with a whole bunch of cabbage and other ingredients, although vegetable egg rolls are good, okay? But these are the beef egg rolls, and I said they're the best egg rolls. You know they are delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and set them up here in my little basket. Look, isn't that nice? So hit us up on Patreon. So we love your support. When you do that, we can do more things like this and give you all kinds of great ideas and cooking techniques. Check down below, hit the comment button. Let us know what you think. Maybe you have some techniques, maybe you have some questions. I'd love to answer them because I respond to every comment down below. Also, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and also share with your family, share with your friends, share on the internet, you know, hook us up on Facebook, however you like to peruse the internet, because this information is valuable and enjoyable. I know, because I'm going to enjoy a bite right now. So, as always, when you're cooking with Chef Don, it is absolutely simple and delicious.